As the Ukraine conflict in 2021 entered its 19th and 20th days, the pursuit of resilience and resolution remained a challenging endeavor. The evolving dynamics of the conflict, ongoing violence, and diplomatic efforts shaped these critical days. This article explores the significant events during this period, highlighting the complexities faced by all parties involved and the importance of sustained international engagement to achieve lasting peace in the region. Day 19: Escalating violence and diminished hope. On April 26, 2021, the 19th day of the conflict, escalating violence and diminished hope for a swift resolution posed significant challenges. Escalation of hostilities. The conflict witnessed a dangerous escalation of hostilities on this day, with intensified clashes between Ukrainian forces and Russian-backed separatists. The increased violence resulted in a higher number of casualties and further destruction of infrastructure, exacerbating the suffering of the civilian population. The need for immediate de-escalation and a renewed commitment to a ceasefire became imperative. Diplomatic efforts. Despite the escalation, diplomatic efforts continued, with regional and international actors striving to revive negotiations and foster dialogue. Mediators and envoys sought to bridge the gaps between conflicting parties, emphasizing the importance of upholding international law, respecting Ukraine's sovereignty, and addressing the root causes of the conflict. Humanitarian crisis deepens. The humanitarian crisis deepened as the conflict persisted, leaving a devastating impact on the civilian population. Displaced persons faced dire conditions, including limited access to food, clean water, and healthcare. Humanitarian organizations persisted in their efforts to provide aid, medical assistance, and psychosocial support, but the scale of the crisis demanded greater international support and resources. Day 20: International pressure and peace prospects. On April 27, 2021, the 20th day of the conflict, international pressure and peace prospects remained key focal points in the pursuit of a resolution. International pressure. The international community continued to exert pressure on conflicting parties to halt the violence and engage in meaningful dialogue. Calls for de-escalation, adherence to international norms, and respect for Ukraine's territorial integrity echoed from regional and international actors. Sanctions, diplomatic isolation, and economic pressure were deployed as tools to influence behavior and encourage a peaceful resolution. Prospects for peace. Amidst the ongoing conflict, prospects for peace persisted, albeit amidst significant challenges. The commitment of conflicting parties to meaningful dialogue and negotiations became essential to finding a pathway towards a sustainable resolution. Regional and international mediators intensified their efforts, emphasizing the need for compromise, trust building, and the inclusion of all relevant stakeholders in the peace process. Reconstruction and reconciliation. Discussions on long-term reconstruction and reconciliation gained momentum. Rebuilding infrastructure, revitalizing the economy, and fostering social cohesion were imperative for post-conflict Ukraine. International support, financial assistance, and expertise were mobilized to aid the country in its recovery and rebuilding efforts, laying the foundation for a peaceful and prosperous future. Conclusion. Days 19 and 20 of the Ukraine conflict in 2021 marked a critical juncture in the pursuit of resilience and resolution. The escalation of violence, diminished hope for an immediate resolution, and the deepening humanitarian crisis highlighted the urgent need for de-escalation, sustained diplomatic efforts, and international support. To achieve lasting peace, all parties must demonstrate a genuine commitment to dialogue, compromise, and the resolution of underlying issues. The international community's continued engagement, diplomatic initiatives, and provision of humanitarian aid are pivotal in creating an environment conducive to negotiations and supporting the affected population. Resolving the Ukraine conflict requires inclusive and comprehensive negotiations that address the root causes of the conflict, encompassing political, economic, and social dimensions. Rebuilding trust, promoting reconciliation, and safeguarding the rights and security of all individuals are essential components of a sustainable peace process. The path to sustainable peace in Ukraine demands collective efforts, with the international community playing a crucial role in supporting negotiations, providing humanitarian aid, and facilitating long-term reconstruction and reconciliation. Only through genuine dialogue, shared commitments, and sustained cooperation can the Ukraine conflict be resolved, bringing an end to the suffering of the Ukrainian people and paving the way for a future of peace and prosperity.